Okay, friends. If anybody else hops on, that's really fine. But thank you for joining us tonight. We are excited to help you guys kind of just navigate your way through how to get started with this business. I know coming in at bonus time, you probably all came in maybe a little bit before or after conference. And right now you're probably thinking, what the heck is going on? These people are crazy. Totally normal. I know it's nonsense right now. But for those of us who have been around at bonus time, it's well worth the craziness. So we want to help kind of mainstream your day and help you just kind of, we want to answer your questions. Tonight I put everybody on mute just because sometimes dogs and kids and TVs and stuff, it can make it hard to hear. But if you have a question, please feel free to unmute yourself, or even down there at the bottom where it says chat, you can actually type your questions. So if we're talking about something, you have a comment or you have a question, feel free to ask. That's what we're here to do tonight, okay? So what we want to do is kind of start out with going through some basic things. I am going to kind of help you navigate your website a little bit and just kind of tell you some stuff that you guys are going to use more often than not. We're going to talk about the bonuses. We're going to talk about posting. We're going to talk about kind of just giving yourself a kind of a to-do list, try to make things simple for you. We'll talk about Ruby chart, and we'll talk about Diamond and loyal customers and a little bit of everything tonight. So we just want to kind of go through some basics and help you guys get started and be as successful as quickly as possible. We know that some of you may start and maybe you joined because you wanted just a little bit of extra money. Some of you, I think the majority of you probably are wanting to try to go after these bonuses. So I would say that right now it's super duper important to get started. And I know when we're always saying, just get started, just get started, just get started, I know that can be overwhelming with thinking, well, what do you mean by get started? What am I supposed to do? That's what we're going to talk with you through tonight so that you can get started. And I think you're going to hear a common theme with everything Heather and I talk about tonight, and it's consistency. This business is very simple. It's just a matter of finding your thing, finding what works for you each and every day, and being consistent with it. And that's the name of the game. If you want to get to the top, if you want to be an ambassador or a black diamond, or if you want to claim these bonuses, it's all about getting started, staying consistent, and just having fun with it, okay? So let's go ahead and jump in. I want to kind of first off, try to show you guys some things on your website. I'm going to try to screen share here, okay? So you have to let me know if it's working, but we're going to try to screen share so that you guys can see what it looks like. Can you all see that? Heather, can you see that?
No.
Okay, hang on. I forgot to hit screen share. That would be helpful. All right, how about now?
Yeah, you're good.
Yay! Okay. All right. So when we say go to your eSuite, this is what your eSuite is. Your eSuite is just your back office. That is your website. Okay. So when you log in your website, it's your user ID as well as whatever the password is that you created. Okay. So when you log in, okay, this is what it looks like. We actually made a corporation, so instead of my name, it says Dream Chasers over here. But when you log in, the first thing you're going to see, if you haven't done it already, there's going to be a little pop-up on your main screen that will say something about taxes. Make sure you do that right away. What that does is it takes you off of commission hold. It's already pre-populated. It's 3 clicks and it's done. But that is super duper important that you do that right away. It doesn't show it on my screen right now because I've already done it. But on your main screen, the first time you log in your site, it's going to say, there's going to be a little banner across the top. I think it's in pink, and it will say something about taxes. Just click it, click, 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 and you're done. Don't have to worry about it again. Okay, so on your main screen, there's like a million different options that you guys can use. If you want to look more in depth to all this stuff, I'm sure it does really super cool things. I, for one, only use just a few things. Hang on, we have a question. Did not pop up on yours when you first logged in. It should. It may not necessarily be a pop-up, but it should be on your screen, on your main screen. The first time you log in, it should be there. Okay. So a couple things that we're going to use on here. So the first thing I think that really helped me getting started was, most of you, like myself, did not really know much about the products getting started. I'd only ever tried the greens. Most of you may have never even tried anything. Totally normal. Don't let that hold you back. It's completely fine. And if I'm being honest with you, I think that was actually a bonus for me because I was able to talk about what I was excited to try, what was coming next, what certain products do, just by sharing information on the products and by sharing other people's testimonies. So it should not be something that you don't start posting because you've not used the products. Don't let that be a reason, because you absolutely should just do it. But right here under Document Library, if you click on that, hello. It's just going to be slow for us. Okay. So right here under Document Library, you're going to be able to see all sorts of things. Your first thing when you pop up is going to be your compensation plan. It's going to be all about commissions, all of that good stuff. If you have not read our compensation plan, I do encourage you. It's not going to make much sense to you because it doesn't to me. But what I do know this is if you're a numbers person or if your husband is a numbers person, our compensation plan is completely unmatched by any other company. And any other company that comes anywhere close is because they're trying to match our compensation plan. And that's absolutely factual. You cannot find a better one. So you are in the right company. I can tell you that. Over here on the left, there's all sorts of different things you can click on. But what I want you to focus on is right over here where it says product info. This is what I did getting started. I clicked this product info. You're going to be able to see a product information sheet on every single product that we have. So what I did, these are all like 1 pages, 2 pages. What I did was I just printed these out and made myself a little binder. I went through and kind of read them. They're quick. You can kind of highlight the main points. But this basically tells you what it's good for. Number one, it's going to help you with some posting ideas because it's going to basically tell you exactly what they do. So if you want to copy this into a post, feel free. But what this also did was help me reach out to my first initial customers and say, maybe I was looking at relief, and I went to my dad. Okay, I know you have joint issues. I know you have joint pain. That's what this product is for. I think you should try it. That really helped me with some kind of initial reaching out to people and asking them to try a product for me. But basically, I printed all these out, and you can see here, like if somebody says, the other products, obviously not the facial so much, but the other products, there'll be it'll tell you exactly what the it does right here, what the ingredients are, what the directions are, what they're good for. So again, if somebody says to you, hey, I have high blood pressure, or hey, I have this or that, then you can kind of confidently be like, okay, well, I think you should try this. In a game though, guys, we know starting out that you are not going to know what the heck you're talking about. Okay. So don't feel like you have to. You definitely don't have to know everything before you start talking to people about it. If they ask you a question that you don't know, it's okay to say, you know what? I'm not quite sure right now, or I'm not sure yet, but let me find out for you. Or before you answer them back, just ask one of us and we can help you with what to respond back. So that's what's over here in the document library. Okay, if you go up here to where it says reports, click on that. Okay, so there's all sorts of things on here that you can use, right? But I really only use like 2 or 3 things on here. So the first thing I want to show you is going to be kind of your main page. So if you go over here to Organization Explorer, your information is going to pop up. Now remember, the first of every month, everything sets back to 0. So April 1st, when you log into your site and you're going to look at your volumes, everything's going to show 0. Don't panic, all right? Until your customers' auto shipments start running, until your own orders start running, it's going to go back to 0. So you can see right here, it even says for me, I'm not commission qualified yet this month. Nope, I'm not, because I don't have one of the two of the things that make me commission qualified. Remember, to be commission qualified each month, you either need 150 in personal sales right here, which is right here, or you need to run an 80 BV auto shipment. I have mine set for 84, but it has not run yet. So it's still going to show that I am not commission qualified as of yet. Okay, that's totally fine. On your page here, it's going to show you when you started. It's going to show you what your ID number is, your last paid rank, all of that good stuff. If you come down here, you'll be able to see anything that you've ordered. Okay, now this is going to be the same information that will show for you when a customer orders from you. You'll be able to log in and look at their information just like this. But so let's say you're looking over here. Anybody, what's cool about this page is that anybody that's on your team, whether they're a distributor, whether they're a loyal customer, every single person that's in your organization will be over here on the left, where you can go you can just search like crazy, okay? You can type in a couple letters and find them. But let's say I am going to find a loyal customer here and show you. So say we're going to look at Amy. So Amy's right here, okay? I can click on her name. And then I can see all of her info. I see her ID number. I see where I may have moved her or placed her. I can see what her last order was. So down here at the bottom, I know that her last shipment was February 15th and she ordered greens on the go. I can also see up here where it says auto shipments that her next shipment is March 15th. And right now it's set for the same thing. Now this is kind of how I look and see, kind of predict what everybody's volumes are going to be. Obviously up until the day before March 15th, she can change her order. But within a few days, typically they've already made that change. So that's kind of an idea where you can kind of see what they're going to be at. I can see how many perk points she has right here. So let me answer a couple questions here real quick. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so where it says perk points. So remember, one of the awesome things about our loyal customer program, and we'll talk about this in a minute, but what a great thing about our loyal customer program is that our customers get perk points, it's kind of like Kohl's Cash, okay? So they get 10% back of everything that they order. So for her, she had an order of around $40. So she has 4 perk points. That's $4, okay? She can let these accumulate. She can redeem them anytime. It doesn't matter. But that's where you find where somebody's perk points are right there under point accounts. You can also see right here where it says consecutive periods of auto shipments that she's in her first month. She's completed month 1. Now, what I like to do is I like to keep an eye on this number because remember, the longer that our customers stay with us, and we'll go over this in a minute, but the more rewards they start getting. So let's say if this said 5 or 4, I might say to Amy, hey, your next shipment is going to go out on March 15th if you'd still like the greens. If not, we can change that to something else. But just to let you know, you're only 1 month or 2 months or whatever it is away from a $50 product credit. So those people that are continuing to order past their 3rd month, letting them know that, hey, you're close to getting a $50 credit, or at 1 year they get a $150 credit, letting them know that they're only maybe, 2 months away, 3 months away, 1 month away, kind of keeps them ordering a little bit longer. And obviously the longer that we have them as a customer, the better. So that's where you find that information right there. All right, if you go back up to reports and then go over here to personally enrolled team, okay? So if you click on personally enrolled team over here on the right, this is how you move a customer or a distributor. So nobody's in here right now because I've moved everybody. But anybody that you have enrolled that you have not yet moved in the last 48 hours is going to show up in this personally enrolled team, okay? They're going to be highlighted in green. And over here on the end, where there's a little drop-down box that says move or action, you can actually move that customer or even a distributor under somebody else on your team. Why do we do that? Once you have kept your first 4 loyal customers, if you have another teammate, whether it's a spouse, whether it's somebody, a friend or whoever, I absolutely recommend past that fourth loyal customer that you start moving those customers under those other distributors, okay? Number one, it helps you get paid on customers twice. But number two, you need to help build the volume of your team because that's what's going to help you promote, okay? Another added bonus of moving loyal customers under other teammates is that let's say you sign your friend Brianna and you move two customers under your friend Brianna. Say you sign a customer tonight and you move it under Brianna, and then Brianna gets another one of her own, let's say. When she gets two customers within her first 30 days, you get a $100 bonus. Those are called fast start bonuses, and those are weekly, paid out weekly, and they are completely unlimited. So anytime you sign a distributor, always make sure that you are helping them get a few customers under them as quickly as possible. Number one, it's going to help build their momentum and their confidence. But number two, you are going to get $100. And I can't tell you how many people miss out on those bonuses because they're not moving their loyal customers or not encouraging their new teammates to get customers quickly. That's a big bonus, guys, and that can add up really, really quickly. I got an extra $500 last month just from fast start bonuses. So make sure you're taking advantage of that. Okay, so over here, let's say you are going to place an auto shipment. You are going to order or want to change your order for what you're getting. Okay, so my auto shipment is due to run on March the 18th. And I always have it at above 80 because I know that that's going to keep me commission qualified. That also really, really helps with my volume. So if I want to change that this month, I just click on edit and it will remind you that you have to save it before you move on. I'll say, okay, got it. So I'm going to say yes. And then I would just go down here. If I want to change what I'm getting this month, I would hit change. I would get whatever I want. And then over here, you have to click save. This also will let you change the date. So let's say you want to order some products, but you don't want to order them today. You want it to run on the 23rd because that's your payday. You can change the date to the 23rd. You can change it to any day that you'd like. All right. One more thing I'm going to show you for right now. There's other things I could show you, but I'm just trying to go through the basics here. When you sign two customers, remember one of the cool things about this is that for every 2 loyal customers you sign up, you get a wrap reward. And what that means is that if you choose, you can get a box of wraps or a box of facials for $25. You can sell that box for $100 and pocket $75. So if you have some wrap rewards, I'll show you where you find them because I have a few. I have one. If I went back over under Organizational Explorer, the first place I showed you, right over here where it says point accounts, applicator reward, that's a wrap reward. And it says that I have one, okay? So if I want to do that, if I want to get those wraps, because that's a cheap box of wraps, I'm going to go over here under orders. And then I'm going to go over here to applicator rewards. Whoops. And I can choose whether I want a box of wraps or if I want a box of facials, okay? And it tells you you have one, so I can choose one. Again, it's $25 and it is free shipping, which is super cool, okay? So that's where you redeem those. Okay, let's say you need to send customer service an email, something, you have a question about an order or anything. You can always call customer service, but another kind of quicker way to get through is to click over here where it says support. You can actually send them an email. It'll say create a ticket and you can let them know. When do the wrap rewards show up? After you've signed your first 2 or your first 4 or whatever, usually within a week, those will show up. Okay. All right. So that's basically what I wanted to show you on your eSuite. Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing. Super duper important. Over here where it says It Works You. Okay. This is something very awesome, guys. It's your own little training on your website. It's very quick. It's very simple. But I absolutely recommend you doing it. it'll walk you through steps to success, how to build your business. But again, they're just kind of simple things to go through when you have time, maybe over the weekend or anytime you have time to do that. I would definitely check it out. Okay. That's all I'm going to show you on that. Let's come back over here. All right. Can everybody, is it gone now? Okay. Super. All right. Perfect. That's your website in a nutshell. Okay. There's a lot of information you can find on there and tweak around with, play around with it. You're not going to mess anything up. But those are the basics. Okay. So, yes.
I have a quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
When you're talking about moving customers to another account,
yeah,
do they get moved back to yours eventually, or do they just stay on that person's account?
It will always be your customer. So even let's say I sign up a customer today and I decide that I'm going to move it under Heather, okay? Because I want to help Heather build her volume because I'm trying to promote, right? Or I'm trying to just build her volume because her volume will add to my group volume. We'll touch on that in a second. But that's still my customer. I'm still getting paid on that customer.
You're freezing us.
Okay. Hang on. Is that better?
Yeah, I think she just missed half of what you were saying.
Okay. All right. So anytime you want to move a customer, it's still your customer. Okay. So you're still getting paid on that customer. It's not like you signed them up and then you're giving all your hard work away. You're still getting paid on that customer. But when you move a customer under a distributor that's underneath you, it not only increases their volume, but by increasing their volume, it increases your volume, which means you're going to get paid more. Okay. And then when you're going for a promotion, you need those people on your team to be at a 400 volume. So once you've signed your first 4 initial loyal customers, start moving them, okay? But it's still your customer, and it's still your job to follow up with them, okay? Because that's still your customer. Loyal customers don't understand that they get moved. So what has happened before is, let's say I move a loyal customer under Heather, and then Heather's like, next month is like, hey, Amy, I hope you're loving your Fat Fighters. This girl's like, who the hell is Heather and why did I get moved? So it's still your job to keep track of them. That's still your customer regardless of where you move them, okay? All right, so in a bit, guys, and if you haven't already, within the next couple of weeks, you're going to be getting an email from It Works Pay. Do not make sure you're looking out for that email and make sure that you don't just delete it. That's how you're going to set up your pay account, okay? If you don't get it and you feel like I should have gotten it by now, check your junk mail because sometimes they go there. There's going to be a link that for you to click in that email that's going to help you set up how you get paid. That's your It Works Pay account, okay? So you're going to enter your bank information. You're going to enter all that info. And then what I feel like is easiest is I went and downloaded the It Works Pay app. And then every time you get paid, whether it's a $100 Fast Start bonus or it's commissions on the 15th, you're going to get an email that says, hey, Jessica, $99 was just put into your It Works Pay account. Well, then I can go and click on that app and I can transfer that money into my own checking account. Okay, so it's very simple to do. You just have to make sure you get that set up.
If you access it from a computer as well, you can set it up to automatically transfer every time there's a deposit.
Yes, you can. Okay. All right. Heather, why don't we have you talk about steps to success?
Sure.
And maybe go through kind of Ruby for us, the Ruby chart.
All right. Do you want me to talk about the auto ship or?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So every month, you guys are going to want to print your steps to success, and that'll be in your document library, but it looks like this. I don't have fancy screen share like Jessica, but it looks like this. And so this really is your blueprint to success. This is what you want to aim for every single month. And so our steps to success, there's 3 steps. Step 1 is joining the party. Your first month in, you've already done that. You've signed up, you've gotten your distributor kit. That's all there is for step 1. After that first month, setting up your auto ship is what is going to qualify you for that step 1. So to be commission qualified, so to get commissions, to get, be eligible to be paid on all of your hard work, you need to do one of two things: either run an 80 BV auto shipment each month, or have 150 BV in personal sales. I always tell my team members, run your auto shipment every month. You can run it a couple different ways. It's totally up to you. You can only get wraps and then turn around and sell those wraps for profit. You can choose to get all products that you're going to use. So, just order whatever you want and then use it. Or you can get a box of wraps and then a product that you're going to use. You can sell the wraps to pay for the product that you're using so that you're not out any money that month. You're not really out anything out of pocket that month. Totally up to you, but I think it's super important to be using the products if you're going to be talking to people about them. Obviously, you can't use everything the second you join, and people understand that, but it's going to be difficult to talk to people about products and talk to them about why they should purchase it when you've not used the products yourself. And so being a product of the product is something that's super important to your business. Another thing with relying on your personal volume in order to be commission qualified, if a customer returns something at the end of the month and you don't catch it and it drops below that 150 level that you have to be at, you don't get paid for the entire month. So, at our training on Sunday, Cammie Dempsey was talking about someone on her team that, she was going through a rough time. She didn't run her auto shipment. She was using her personal volume to be commission qualified. Somebody returned something like on the 28th of the month. She wasn't commission qualified. She missed out on a $3,000 paycheck for that month. There's nothing that can be done about it. Like, the rules are the rules. So I just say, don't chance it. Run your auto shipment. You've worked so hard. Make sure you're getting paid on it. It also helps with your volume tremendously. Like Jessica said, starting to talk about group volume, and we'll get into that on the Ruby chart, but it helps your volume to just run your auto shipment. So that's step one. Step two, your next step is going to be gathering your first 4 loyal customers. I usually encourage you to do that within the first week if you can, within the first couple days if you can. Reach out to, those people that are close to you, your mom, your sister, your aunt, whoever, those people, and say, hey, I'm really excited. I've joined this business. Can you try out some products for me and let me know what you think? Obviously, you've just joined. You're not going to try everything the first day you join, and people know that. And I just told people, hey, there's so many amazing products. I'm so excited to try them out. Would you want to help me, try some things out, let them know that they're going to get your discount, and ask if they'll try something out for you, 1 product a month for 3 months, and then you can sign them up as a loyal customer. Once you get those 4 loyal customers, you'll have those 2 wrap rewards that Jessica talked about, and then you can start moving the rest of your customers like she already touched on. Step 3 is going Ruby. And so what that means, mainly each month, your goal is going to be to enroll 4 loyal customers and 3 distributors. Is that going to happen every single month? No, and that's okay. But that's just kind of, I feel like that's just the frame of mind I feel like I need to be in. I have this sheet in front of me, and I know that those are my personal goals each and every month. 4 customers, 3 distributors. Because they've shown us that if we do that consistently, maybe not every single month, but if that's our goal and we're consistently striving to do that, our business will grow and you will be successful with this business. So going Ruby is enrolling 3 distributors. I have a Ruby chart somewhere. Oh, here. If you can see it, I don't know. There's 3 distributors. So you're going to enroll, let's say, your husband and your mom and your sister. And then let's say your mom's here, and then your mom enrolls, I don't know, her coworker and her sister. So you're enrolling 3 people, and one of those people is going to enroll 2 people. And suddenly you're a Ruby, and you're making $500 a month, and that's pretty awesome. So you're just going to be teaching your team these exact same steps. You're going to be teaching your team to run their auto shipment. You're going to teach your team to gather their 4 loyal customers. And you're going to teach your team to enroll 3 distributors. And once everyone starts teaching their team that, very quickly you'll see that you're building a team and you're building that residual income, which is why people join this business.
Fabulous.
You want to touch on anything else? Do you want to talk about the volumes on the Ruby chart, or is that too much?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, so on your chart, you will see this 400 GB right here. And sometimes that is confusing to people because they're like, what the heck does that mean? So your GV is your group volume. That means the volume of every single thing going on underneath of you. So if this is you right here, your group volume is going to be the volume of everybody on this chart. That's your group volume. So in order to have this distributor count as a box, their volume needs to be 400. This person may have other distributors under them. They may only have one customer that placed a really gigantic order. They may have 50 customers. It doesn't matter. You just need their volume to be at 400 for them to count. The same with this person. This person, where it says executive, you'll notice that it doesn't have a volume listed because they have 2 distributors under them, and each of those distributors is going to be at 400. So since the group volume is everything that's under you, this person, this volume right here of these 2 people already counts towards this person's volume, so their volume is already going to be over 400 because they have 2 400 boxes under them. I hope that makes sense. Which is why it's so important to move your customers after you get those 4, because you want to promote. That's how you advance in this business. You want to promote. You want to move your customers to promote and to help your team build your volume. You can keep all your customers underneath of you and just keep them all. But then what's going to happen is you're kind of just leaving your team members out there to get to 400 on their own. And that's just a little bit tougher. And it may take you longer to promote. And the faster you promote, the faster you unlock the rest of the compensation plan, and the faster your paychecks will increase. So that's kind of the Ruby chart.
And I think what's really, really cool is that with this company, you're never held back by, maybe you have some people on your team that just never get started. Maybe they're not doing a whole lot, or maybe they don't want to do a whole lot. Maybe they just signed up to cover the cost of their products, but you're like, oh my gosh, I need them at 400 because I'm going for Ruby or I'm going for Diamond. What's really cool about this company is the fact that you can move your customers under them to build that volume. So as long as you're working, you are never held back by somebody on your team that's not working hard. Okay. You always have the ability to kick it into gear, and maybe you're a loyal customer signing machine one month. Well, that's fantastic because it's only going to help you promote quicker. Okay. So that's a really awesome thing about this company. I also do want to touch on the fact you're going to hear us at some point talk about the benefits of signing up your spouse or a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Let me tell you why. So when you look at a chart like Ruby, you're always going to need a promoting leg. Like on the Ruby chart right here, the promoting leg is the executive leg, right? Well, if this is your significant other, this is a way that you double your income. Like on my triple diamond chart, Andy's my double diamond. It has literally doubled our income. You're going to need promoting boxes on every single promotion that you go for. If one of those, again, is your spouse, you're just increasing your paycheck that much more. They also, you can get extra bonuses. Like for this month, I'm going for the presidential diamond bonus, but I'm also going to try to get Andy the triple diamond bonus, okay? So you literally can do insane things with your paycheck. No, they do not have to work the business. Andy's a principal. He does not work the business. He gives me moral support. But because he's on my chart, it gives me somewhere to build. It gives me another team to build on. It gives me another place to add customers and distributors. That way we've doubled our income. So what I usually say is, if you want to do that, which I would definitely recommend that you do it at some point, wait till you have your first 4 loyal customers, then sign them up. Okay. Because at that point on, you can start moving customers underneath them to build their volume. And this is actually one of the only businesses that allows you to have 2 paying business partners in one house. So take advantage of that. Okay. So another thing I want you guys to make sure that you do is download the It Works Wired app. Okay. Why is because they have given there's like a personal timeline for each of you to hit the Go Fast and the Go bonuses. So if you download that It Works Wired app, you can actually click on the bottom. There'll be like a screen, and at the bottom right corner, there's like, it'll say go fast or go. Click on it. and it's going to show you how much time is left for you to hit the first bonus. But if you click on the top right screen, there's like a little trophy on there, and it will give you an entire timeline of what dates you have to either hit those bonuses with the Go Fast range or the Go range. Okay, so it'll be like the double or the regular, basically. But you guys, for those of you starting out, you have an opportunity to earn $340,000 in 1 year. Okay. So that is why it's so important for you to get started. Like, don't wait a month or two. Don't wait on anything. Like, we're here to help you. If you don't know what you're talking about, it's okay. You don't have to know what you're talking about, but that's why we're here to help you, because you want to get started as quickly as you can, because you have got a lot of time to hit some bonuses, but you don't want to miss them and then be totally pissed at yourself later because you could have gotten more if you just would have gotten started. Okay. Another thing to make note, you should have or be working on a date for your launch party. If you are local to whoever enrolled you, fantastic. Get it on the date. And you do not have to, I don't want you to schedule something for a month from now, okay? I want you to schedule it to be somewhere in the next probably week or two of when you enrolled, if possible, because the quicker you get that momentum and excitement built up, the quicker you get to sit there and listen to all about our amazing products, the quicker your family and friends are like, oh my gosh, this stuff is really fantastic, the quicker you're going to go. It's just a fact of how it is. If you're not local, we have amazing options. Thank you, technology. We can do online parties. We can do an online live party. If you still want to have people at your house, I have even sent some product samples to whoever was going to have the party. Have your friends over, have a party at your house, and I will Zoom in just like this or Skype in and talk to your living room full of friends about the product. So that's also an option. You can have both of these. You can do a live party. You can also do an online party. And I think that's a fantastic thing, because a lot of us now have people that either couldn't come to your live party or maybe they're out of town. And it's a good way to connect to multiple areas of people if they are not able to come and sit in your living room. So make sure you're doing that. Here's a key thing. If you're having an online party, once that party is over, I do not want you to be posting about products anymore in that party. And I see this happen all the time because everybody's worried about posting on their Facebook page and they're afraid they're going to annoy people. Here's the dealio. If you continue to only post in that smaller group, the only things that smaller group are going to see are product posts from you every day, or whenever you post in there, they're going to get annoyed. They're going to get turned off. The cool thing about this business is that even those people that are haters, that are totally skeptical, that think this is complete baloney, once they start watching your daily journey of what the products are doing, what's happening as far as the fun and the freedom and the teammates and the parties and the you got to pay for gas and you got to pay for date night and then you pay off a bill. Those people in that little group are not seeing all of that. So they've already got a bad taste in their mouth, right? You have to have them a part of your whole social media journey because they need to watch you, okay? That is very, very, very important. I do not recommend making a separate Facebook page or making a separate group for you to only post in there. It just doesn't work. It just does not. Okay. All right. Another thing that I want you guys to try to do is on Sunday nights, we have Mark and Mike and Pam do a Sunday night family call. And we always post the link to that I'll post it in Boss Babes. Make sure you get on those. That is a great way to get your week started. It's going to tell you about promotions coming up. It's going to tell you about events coming up. It's just like a positive, awesome way to feel connected with your company and with the distributors that honestly, I tell you what, it really truly helps me get my week started off on the right foot, because you're going to be surrounded, guys, in this business with so many positive, amazing people. It's going to change your outlook on life. And when you start your week that way, it's going to help you be more successful in your business because you're going to have more confidence in it. Okay, so
Also, Paul, it's only like 15 minutes. It's not
15
an hour or anything on your Sunday night. So I always like to tell people that because people are like, I'm busy. I don't have time to get on a call. It's literally 15 minutes.
yeah, it's super quick. Okay. All right. So let's talk about, okay. So hi, smile.
Sorry, I had to document it.
Heather talked about getting your 4 LCs. So you want to get your first 4 low customers. You have 30 days to do that, but we always encourage you to do that. Like she said, within your first couple of days, within your first week, within your first 2 weeks, get those as soon as you can. And what that does is it makes you bonus qualified. So you want to be able to go after all of these bonuses. Well, you have to have those first 4 loyal customers within your first 30 days. So make sure that you're doing that. All right. So once you've joined and once you finally are like, okay, it's time, I'm going to make the declaration, okay? Because I'm guessing probably all of you, if not most of you, are running your business on social media, correct? So it's so important that when you finally make that, hey, guess what? I've decided to join. It works. This is what I want you to do. I want you to make it personal. I want you to post why you joined, okay? Now, that may make you slightly uncomfortable, but getting out of your comfort is going to help you succeed, okay? People want the real. They want to see the real life. They want to feel connected to you, and you need to let people know that not just I've joined It Works and I'm looking for product testers. That's not a why. That's not a reason for anybody to want to join you. I want you to say why. Maybe you've been watching somebody for a long time and you really know that you could use the money. When I started because I needed an extra $500 to work on our family's debt plan. That was my why. The more personal and the more real and the more open you are, and you don't have to be completely real and open right away. I've learned, for me, it took me a while. But the more real you are, the more relatable you are. And that's what people want to see. People will buy you before they're going to buy a product and before they're going to want to join your team. So be real. Be you. Okay? So I want you to announce, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm excited about. This is what I'm working for. This is why I joined. Sharing your why as often as possible is an amazing way to grow your teammates. Okay. And we talk about that all the time. Sharing small successes is so important. Yes, I can get on and I can talk about going for $150,000 bonus this month, but what really people can actually relate to, because I know me starting out, I would look at that and be like, I can't, there's no way. That's not something that I can achieve, but I can achieve maybe the fact that she just paid for her gas and she just bought diapers for her kids. And a couple months go by and she just paid cash for her kids' braces. And that showing those small successes building up, that is real life. That is what people can relate to. Make sure you are showing all those successes. If you sell a wrap for $25 and it puts gas in your car, you need to post about it. That's what people want. Most people can't afford the daily necessities, okay? That's what people want in their life. So make sure you're showing that. What is a big, big, big no-no, guys, is that you do not want to make this big declaration on social media about how excited you are to get started, what this is going to do for your family or what you're looking forward to it doing. And then 3 days go by, a week goes by, a couple weeks goes by, and you're not posting anymore. You've completely killed your credibility, right? Because that excitement and that, I'm so excited, I want everybody to do this, it's going to change my life, and then there's nothing for days or a week, I wouldn't join you. Would you join you? I often ask myself that question. If I was looking at my Facebook page, would I want to be on my team? And if the answer is no, then you know you need to do something different. It's about being consistent. It's about having fun. It's about being excited, and it's about being positive. Your social media account at this point forward is your business front, okay? So treat it as such. Don't air your dirty laundry. Don't bash your ex-boyfriend. Don't talk about your baby's mama's daddy's cousin. Like, you got to be positive. That's what people, I can't tell you how often somebody comes to me and is like, I want to be on your team because I need somebody positive in my life. It happens all the time because I don't put that crap on my social media page, right? Don't be playing games. Don't be don't be posting stupid videos all day long. Like, this is your business front now, okay? So have fun with it. Show your kids, show your dog, show your daily adventures, whatever. But just be mindful of that. Okay. All right. So I have something that I want you guys to do for me, and I want you to do this. I want you to, by tomorrow afternoon, if you can, do me a favor. I want to know, because I want to get to know all of you. I want you to message me, and I want you to tell me what your why is. I want to know why you started this business. Okay. And I don't want you to just say, because I want to go on a girls' trip. I want you to dig deeper. I want to know what you're going for, what that is going to do for your family, what could possibly keep you from getting it, okay? And how much you're looking for a month. Because then I know, okay, well, she needs, she wants an extra $500 a month. That's Ruby. She needs an extra $2,000 a month so she can quit her job. We need to get her to Diamond. I want to know from you guys what you're fighting for, because I'm pushing for you with you, okay? And I want you to know that's an amazing thing about this team, is that we are fighting for you as well. We are rooting you on, sometimes more than you're rooting yourself on, okay? So I want to know from you all what you got in this for. All right, back to social media really quickly. When we talked about not posting in the groups and all that stuff, a lot of people are like, well, I'm not posting consistently, or I'm not posting every day because I don't want to bug people. Well, here's my thing, okay? And I actually said that very same thing to Trista when I signed up. And you know what she said to me was, Jessica, had you not seen me post consistently for the last couple of months, would you be joining me right now? And the answer was no, absolutely not. And the majority of you on here right now are probably here because you watched somebody's journey on Facebook or Instagram for a while, okay? So get that thought out of your head, all right? Because if you're being real and you're having fun and you have come from a good place in your heart and you are genuinely trying to help people, you have nothing to hide. You have nothing to be embarrassed about. Hold your head up high and be confident, because we have amazing products that literally change people's quality of life in a business that can completely save somebody's life, okay? So believe that, be confident, believe in yourself. You have something amazing in your hands. All right, Heather, let's talk about kind of the hundreds list and kind of how to get started reaching out to people.
Okay. In your document library, is it still there, Jess, or did they take it out?
Memory jogger is there, but I don't think the hundreds list is.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. You can make a hundreds list on whatever. So start just like a piece of paper if you need to, and just start writing down every name that comes to your mind. There is a memory jogger in the document library that will help kind of, it has things like, who did you play sports with in high school? Who was your hairdresser? It kind of has different things to kind of obviously jog your memory, thus the name memory jogger. And it's a great way to just kind of bring people in your mind and just write their name on the list. Don't judge if they will be interested in the product or the business. If you know them, write their name on the list, move on. You don't have to do anything with that name right this second, but you need to write their name on the list. If you're struggling, I heard someone say, think of like your chicken soup list. Who would you call? Who would bring you chicken soup if you were sick? Like, write their names down. Whose parties have you gone to? Like, I get invited to so many parties and people add me to their unique page and their LuLaRoe group and Lip Sense and
8 million of them.
I'm like 800,000 million groups I get added to. So you know what, girlfriend, if I've gone to your party and I've done your group, guess what? You can do mine too. So, add everyone, write their name on a piece of paper. And eventually we're going to have you start working through that list and messaging people, but don't don't not put somebody's name on your list because you don't think that this product or that this business would be for them. It's not up to us to judge for them. You just write their name on your list. Along with that is adding to your network. You want to start doing that now. So start, adding people to your Facebook account. If you're on Instagram, start following new people. When you meet new friends, add them to your hundreds list, because what's going to happen eventually is your warm market, your market of people that you already know, is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller, because as people see you looking amazing, you're like rocking out your skinny jeans and you've got amazing skin and you're all energetic and happy all the time because we have amazing products. They're gonna be like, well, heck, I want some of that. And eventually all your friends are already going to be on products, and then they're all going to join your team. And you're going to be like, well, crap, now what do I do? Everybody I know is already on my team. So you got to start building your network now. I promise it'll make it so much easier to do that transition from your warm market to your cold market if you just take my word for it and just start adding to your network now. So, if you're mutual friends with somebody, add them on Facebook. It's not a big deal. But yes, hundreds list, right? Just start writing it down. I would just keep a piece of paper with you, and every time somebody comes to your mind, write their name down. I literally went through my entire Facebook friends list and wrote them down. There is actually a way to print your Facebook friends list. If you search for it in Boss Babes, just search print Facebook list or something like that. It'll pop up. I did a post there with the instructions on it. If you need help with it, just let me know and I can let you know how to do it. But if they're on my Facebook friends list, there's somebody that I know, so they need to be on my hundreds list.
She made a good point too. That is a cool function that we have. If you're looking for a post idea, or you're looking for, gosh, I know there's a video explaining something or whatever, there is a search function in those group pages. Our page obviously is Boss Babes. If you go on Boss Babes, right under the banner picture, there's a search function. You can search Heather, you can search memory. You can search keywords and things will pop up. So that's a good way to find some tools to help you guys. Okay, perfect. All right, a little bit more. I want to talk to you guys about posting. All right, so when we said it's so important to be consistent once you get started with it, right? So how often do you post, right? 3 to 5 times a day is what I would recommend. And I know that seems ridiculous, but I don't mean all it works posts, okay? I would say what I do is that I, first thing in the morning, will post a motivational, everybody have a great day kind of post. Then kind of mid-morning, I will do a product post usually. Then maybe do a post, a few hours later, maybe completely not related to It Works at all. Maybe it's your kids, maybe it's your dog, maybe it's something funny. A great way to find kind of what we call filler posts are maybe something on Pinterest. Maybe it's maybe it's a picture of some food that you want to try, or maybe it's a dream vacation or something. But all those posts do not have to have everything to do with It Works. You do want to post about the products every day and something about the business. Maybe that business post is sharing somebody on your team's success story. Maybe it's just talking about the bonuses that are out right now. Maybe it's talking about what you're looking forward to. Anyway, there's a ton of different ideas there for you. But the reason that you want to do that so many times a day is because with the Facebook algorithm and with all the social media gurus, the more often you are visible, the more often your posts are going to be visible to your friends. And that's another thing to take note when you're worried about bothering everybody. Facebook is very weird. They have a crazy algorithm, okay? So although you may be feeling like everybody and their mother that's on your friends list is seeing every single post that you make every day, that is not the case. Heather, what is it, 7%, I think?
Between 7 and 10% of the people on your friends list see any given post that you make. So the majority of the people aren't seeing what you're posting. Yeah.
So the vast majority of your friends list are not seeing your posts. So that's why it's important to be consistent. We've actually talked about, and this has actually been really helpful for me, is to maybe even pick a product of the week, or maybe pick a product like a group, maybe it's skincare. And post about that for a week. Okay. So this past week, I've been posting about nothing but what we call the triple threat. And I've been posting about it at different times of day. in the morning, lunchtime, dinner time, bedtime, just changing it up. It seriously has been super, super successful for me. But again, maybe you're posting and maybe Linda doesn't see that post that you post about on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday because only 7 to 10% of your friends are seeing it. But on Thursday, she sees it and she orders. So that's why it's important to be consistent every day, because the vast majority of those people on your friends list are not seeing your posts every day. They're seeing it maybe every couple of days, maybe. Okay. So that's why. It's also a cool thing too. Maybe you're posting something silly about your kids. Like tonight I posted about Hudson at Taekwondo. Had nothing to do with it works. But maybe somebody sees that Taekwondo post and thinks, oh, there's Jessica. I was totally going to order from her yesterday. I forgot. So it also kind of keeps you fresh in people's mind, which is another way to reason to make sure that you're consistent. Videos are fantastic. And I know starting out that scared the bejesus out of me, but you guys, oh my goodness, they are a gold mine. I can assure you that every single time I do a video, pretty much every time I do a video about the business or the products, I either sign a customer or a new teammate. And I'm not even kidding you. So yes, they're scary. And yes, it's kind of stepping outside of your comfort zone, but they are a game changer. And I'm telling you, if you can if you can find the courage, 10 seconds of courage, even in the next week or two, okay, to get on and just talk about why you joined, what you're looking forward to. People can hear you. They can know that you're real and they can feel that excitement for you. Oh my gosh. It is amazing. Okay. Events.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, if you're nervous about the video, if you're nervous about going live, if you're nervous about that, it's okay to make some notes. I feel like when I first started making videos, I seriously would just be like deer in the headlights. Like I couldn't think of what I was going to say. Like, and even still now, if I know there's something specific I want to say, like I have to write it down. Like I did a video this morning about my double diamond chart, and I knew I would forget that there were 43 spots on a double diamond chart, and I knew I would forget it. So I had a piece of paper sitting there with 43 written on it. So if it makes you feel better and makes you feel calmer, just write it down. It's okay. Nobody's judging. We're not freaking news reporters. It's okay. Your video doesn't have to be perfect. Just be you. And honestly, I feel like the best videos are the ones where like crazy things happen. Like, you know, your kid runs in naked, or they're like screaming, or your dog's barking. Like those are like the funny videos because people can relate to it. And they're like, oh my gosh, she's just a regular person just like me. My kids run in the room naked. Wow, maybe I could do this too. And so I think that just have fun with it. Just be yourself and have fun. And you don't have to be a stiff and proper business person. Yeah. You can just be yourself.
You guys, I'm telling you too, like another thing, I was going to say is, getting to events and Zooms, you know, getting to meetings, you know, if there are on that Wired app, there's a whole list of boot camps and one team, one mission meetings and all sorts of stuff. Find something in your area and plug in. There is nothing better. And I love the example that you have to stand close to the flame to feel the fire. Okay. Because you want to run with that excitement and run with that momentum. Well, if you're surrounding yourself every single day with a bunch of people that just don't get it, they're not a part of this. They're not in our team where everybody's like super excited and super positive. You can get drugged down by all the negativity that surrounds us every single day. Staying close to that flame where people that are like-minded, people that are going to, you know, trying to change their life, that's something you have to stay connected to. It is so important to get on the Zooms. It's so important to try to get to meetings when they happen. Just staying connected, trying to get to know your teammates. Whether you're local or not, it doesn't matter. That's what makes the team pages so awesome and Facebook so awesome. Stay close and stay connected. I feel like it would be really, really, really hard to succeed at this business if you are completely disconnected. If you don't try to get to know your teammates, if you don't get on the Zooms, if you don't hop on the Facebook Lives and the team page, getting to know each other is so, so, so important. You guys, I'm telling you, 90% of this business is your mindset. Okay. So when I tell everybody, if you've talked to me, you've probably heard me say the words to you, just believe in yourself. Okay. Because it's so, 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 so true. And I used to think that was completely corny, but I'm telling you, believing that this is possible, believing that you will succeed is so important. And I encourage you guys, write out your goals, speak it out, make a post about it, put sticky notes all over your house. I have a big sign on my refrigerator that says, I am Presidential Diamond. I've written in marker on my mirror, I am Presidential Diamond, because I can look at it. I can tell myself every single day that this is happening. I am focused on it. And when your brain focuses on something enough, it's going to find a way to make it happen. So put it out there, write it where you can see it, put it on your planner, put it in your phone, set goals for yourself. Okay. But like I said, that 90% is your mindset. If you feel like the person, I love this too, the person who says that they can and they can't are usually both the same, are usually both right. Okay. They're usually both correct. If you're telling yourself you can do this, you absolutely can do this. If you're coming into this thinking, well, I'll give it a try, you're half in and you're half out, you're not going to do it. Okay. You have to believe. All right. Another part of this business is trying to focus your time. Okay. Because it's very easy to get distracted. It's very easy to feel like, oh my gosh, I feel like I should be dedicating all day to this business. That's not what this is for. We don't want this to all consume your life. Okay. The majority of us got into this because we want more time. We want the time with our kids. We want the time with our families. We don't want to work at works all day long and every day. And if you're doing it correctly, it should not be that way. I am a huge fan of power hours. I'm telling you right now, if you are working to promote, if you can dedicate even an hour a day, even if that is broken up into 15-minute increments throughout the day, I'm talking focused, like turn off the TV, the kids are not around, focus on this business an hour a day, you can be extremely successful, okay? But you have to be focused. You have to tell your time where to go because it's going to go somewhere, right? I'm a huge fan, like I said, of the Power Hour. I'm a huge fan of 6 lists. So what's a 6 list? A 6 list is just a checklist for yourself. If you're somebody like me, I like to make myself lists and I like to mark them off. So what a 6 list is to find 6, or maybe you have a 4 list, or maybe you have a 10 list, whatever. You make yourself a list of things that you want to make sure that you do every single day for your business. Some examples of mine: self-development. Like we talked about, mindset is huge. Self-development, guys, find a good self-development book. If you want me to give you some recommendations, I can send you some. Or go to YouTube. This is what I used to do when I was working. I would literally turn on YouTube on my phone, type in motivational videos, and listen to them on my way to work, okay? You have no idea how much better of a day you will have and how much better of a mindset you will have when you start your day out that way. So that's number one every day for me. I also make sure I message people every single day. One of my days is to follow up with my loyal customers that are coming, their orders are processing that week. I have, posting, I don't even have that on my list because that's just a given. If you're growing your business on social media, you have to post. You have to. And posting doesn't take much, guys. It takes a few minutes. Let me say this really quickly too. We, this month, or all the month of February, you all should be added. If you're not, let me know, but you all should be a part of Dream Team page, okay? We, as leaders, every single day took turns posting post ideas, product post ideas, and opportunity, like business post ideas, every single day in that page. So there's no reason not to post because you literally can go to Dream Team and copy and paste it. It's that simple. So if you don't know what to post, go to Dream Team page and get the posts. Okay, they're right there for you. That's exactly what we did it for. Yes, as often as you can make them personal to you, the better. But we kind of came up to the conclusion that it's better that you do that you better than go in and just use one of those than not post at all. So make sure that you're posting. Okay. All right. So let's talk about how to, somebody asked me this today, and I want to make sure I touch on this really quickly before we end the Zoom. What do we say? Okay, first of all, let's go over the loyal customer agreement, okay? This is exactly what I say. Let me read you exactly what I send to everybody that asks me what a loyal customer is, okay? If you don't have this saved in your phone, message me and I will send you this. Save it in your phone to save you time later. Okay, this is exactly what I said, guys. And don't be afraid to talk about our loyal customer program like it's a bad thing. It's actually a really, really, really amazing program. I never have anybody sign up as a retail customer. And this is why. This is how I explain it. I say to them, loyal customer program is the way to go. If you are a loyal customer, you get 40% off of products plus another 10% back in rewards points. 1 point equals $1. You can use those to purchase items. To be a loyal customer, you agree to buy at least one product per month for 3 months. But your products do not have to be the same. That's completely up to you. After your 3rd month, you can turn off your shipments. If you want to keep going, you will earn even more rewards. If you decide you're done after 3rd month, you will still be considered a loyal customer for life, and you'll always get the 40% off if you'd like to come back and make a purchase. You can get 2 and sometimes even 3 months worth of products for less than 1 retail purchase. It really is an amazing program. That's exactly what I send to people when they ask about a product. Here's the deal. When somebody messages you and says, tell me about the wraps, for instance, you always want to lead with the retail price and then tell them what the loyal customer price is. So I would say the wraps are amazing. Retail price of wraps is $99, but you can get them for $59 as a loyal customer. Then they're going to ask you, what is a loyal customer? And then that's when I send that little blurb that I just read to you, okay? It's a no-brainer. It's a huge savings. It's a lifetime program. Don't feel bad. If you go at somebody saying to them, I actually had a girl recently say, I just can't get anybody to sign up because they don't want to do 3 months. Well, I asked her how she's talking about it. And basically she was saying to them, well, I can give you this, 40% off price, but you're going to have to agree to buy them for 3 months. Well, that doesn't sound enticing at all, right? That sounds like, oh God, I'm stuck buying something for 3 months. That sounds terrible. Now I'm stuck in an auto shipment. That sounds horrible. It's all in how you talk to people. Be positive. It's a fantastic program, so you shouldn't be afraid to talk about that. As far as distributors go, like we said, posting is part of this business, but the other part is just reaching out. It's messaging people. It's letting them know that you want them on your team. When I started out, I remember looking at a Ruby chart and thinking it was going to take me a year to fill it up. Well, I was excited. And what I did was I started reaching out. And I started saying to people, like my friends, like, I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm so excited. You should totally do this with me. We can make some money together. It's going to be so much fun. And they were like, okay, all right, well, why not? I'm like, really? Are you for real? So it's okay. Like, you don't have to like go at it in like a structured business way. Like, just have fun with it. But you have to reach out to people. I'll tell you what, I have very little people that actually come to me, more so now. But in the beginning, that's not going to happen really. You're not going to have people because they want to watch you for a while. So you're going to have to reach out to people to build that team. If you're wanting to build your team to go for those bonuses, you're going to have to reach out to people because they're not seeing that big success yet. They're not seeing the life changer yet. So you're not going to have a lot of people coming to you. You have to go to them, okay? Now, I can tell you the quicker that you start promoting, the more people will start coming to you, okay? That's how it goes. So the quicker you get to Ruby, the quicker you get to Emerald and Diamond, the more you will have people say, hey, tell me about what you're doing. What is all this? You're going to have that more. But starting out, posting is huge, but then you have got to take that leap. You have got to reach out to people and say to them, I know that you need the money. I know that things are hard right now. I'd love to help you out. I'd love to have you on my team. Or, hey, I would love to do this with you. We would have so much fun together. Tell them, be personal and tell them why you want them on your team, but just tell them that you want them on your team and get them. You guys can learn together. I had a group, I had a Ruby chart full of people. None of us had any clue what we were doing, but we learned as we went, and that's okay. Okay, so really quickly, somebody asked me this today. Let me go over this real quick. If you're going, let's say you have somebody that wants some information about your business. I always recommend try to get them on the phone at least, or meet them for coffee or something. When somebody can hear the excitement and the passion in your voice and hear that you are a real, relatable person, that is much more attractive to people than just a text, right? So you can text and message back and forth for weeks, sometimes months, and not get accomplished what you can in an hour conversation, or not even an hour, a 15-minute, 20-minute conversation. Okay. So try to get people on the phone. Try to be personal with that. But let's say you're going to go have coffee with somebody and tell them a little bit about the business. When you're sitting down with them, you do not have to take all sorts of crazy stuff with you. I simply take a steps to success and a Ruby chart. That is all I take with me. Okay. I want to show them the steps to success, to show them that we have an easy to follow guideline on how to be successful with the company. And it also helps us show what the wrap rewards are. And, I talk about, we get paid commissions on the 15th of each month. We get weekly fast start bonuses. And then I show them the Ruby chart. I show them, it's 5 spots for Ruby. It's, 3 people for them to find. One of those people has 2 people on them, under them. And that's all I take with me. And then the key to a successful conversation about this business is to let them lead it. Okay. What happens very often is that we get really, really excited and we can word vomit like crazy. Okay. That's it. That's not good. That's not good, because then their head's spinning and they're like, oh my God, what? So you want to have them, to show them that steps to success, show them that Ruby chart, and then let them ask you their questions. Okay. That way you're not just overwhelming them with an insane amount of information. All right. So keep it simple, silly. And you'll have success. All right. Heather, what am I missing?
I think that's it. I stick with, especially on messages too, even about products, don't word vomit on people. And I can say that because I used to be the queen of word vomiting, and it still sometimes is very difficult for me. So, 3 sentences max. End it with a question. Like if you are talking to somebody on Messenger or you're texting, 3 sentences, that's all you need. If you can't say it in 3 sentences, then you need to be saying something else. End it with a question. You want to have a back and forth dialogue. You don't want to send them a 6-paragraph essay that they have to read about fat fighters. And they're like, oh, I don't know. I just wanted to know if it was how much it was. You could just say it was $25. I don't really need all this other stuff. So don't try to answer a bunch of questions that they didn't even ask. And I feel like with team members, when I'm talking to potential team members, something that's been kind of difficult for me, because I get very excited, especially if I'm highly caffeinated, and I get very excited to talk to them, and I just want to talk so much about how amazing it is, and obviously they should join because it's awesome. And then they're just like, oh, this is a lot of information. I didn't even really get to talk to that girl. She's crazy. So you just stop and just listen. If you just let people talk, people will talk about themselves for a really long time, and you'll find out so much more about them and about what they need. Some people don't join this business for the money. So if it's somebody that's talking about how they want to be more positive in their life and they want to make more friends and stuff like that, probably don't focus on the money part of it, because that's not why they're joining. And so I feel like just listening can help kind of guide you and lead the discussion in the way that they need you to, without them even knowing that that's what they're doing. And so I feel like listening is a really huge thing. And it can be hard. I know, especially if you're kind of a hyper person, it's hard not to just want to just jump in there and just tell them everything about how amazing everything is, and they should join you, and they should have done it yesterday, and it's $99, and you have an 80 BB auto shipment, then you can get a $10,000 diamond bonus, and this is how many spots are on a diamond chart. And it's just too much. I just have to take a deep breath. And I know, because I'm that person, you just take a deep breath and listen, and things will go so much better, because in the end, it truly is about building relationships with people. And the more that they know that you care about them as a person, that they're not just a spot on your chart, that they're not just a sale for you, the more that they know that you actually care about their goals and what they're actually trying to accomplish, the more likely it is that they're going to trust you with either, their business or, their financial future. And there's a saying, and I'll probably screw it up because it's late. It's something about people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So you don't have to have all the answers. You just have to care about them and ask them questions and show that you're genuinely interested in what their goals are.
So true. It's very, very true. Don't ever forget that. This is a business that's all about people. So don't forget that. We get all caught up and I need someone to order like right now, and I need them to order my team or join my team right now. But it's about creating relationships, and it's about, this business or this company has such a good reputation because we do focus on kindness and about being good, being good and good teammates. And so don't lose sight of that. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions before we end this?
Oh, I remember what I was going to say.
Okay.
Sorry. No, back when we were talking about posting, this is what always happens. New team members, they're posting and they're being really consistent, and then they stop. And I say, hey, Sally, what happened? Why'd you stop posting? And Sally says, well, gosh, Heather, nobody was liking or commenting on any of my posts, so I just stopped doing it. And I say, oh, I wish you would have told me, because guess what? I've been in this business for 15 months and nobody likes or comments on my posts either, but they're watching. I promise you people are watching. And so I always like to tell people, especially newer people, don't get discouraged, because just know that people are watching your posts. They don't want to comment or like them just yet because they're not quite sure if they want other people to see that they liked or commented, and they think they might get a message from you, which they should. But just don't get discouraged by that. Just know that everyone's the same way. People don't comment or like on Jessica's posts other than It Works Distributors. Like, nope. It's the exact same for everybody. So don't be discouraged by that. Don't be discouraged if, yes, Lisa, like you watched Adrian for a year, but you didn't comment like on anything.
Yep. True.
And that's just what happens. This is what we do. So don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged if you message somebody and they ignore it. That's okay. Don't be discouraged if you message them and they say no. Guess what? That no is just a not right now. So I told Trista flat out, you're crazy. No, like, don't talk to me again about this. I'm not joining that stupid business. It doesn't work for a very long time. And now look at me and I'm like, sheesh, I wish you would have talked me into that sooner. So just be positive and know that this is an amazing business and it's an amazing company. And I swear I'm not just biased, but this is like the best team in the entire company. Like, it truly is. It really is, for you to be on. So just know that whatever frustration you're going through, or if you're getting discouraged about something, talk to the person that enrolled you or post about it on the team page, because I promise you that someone else has gone through it. Probably every single person on the team, but I promise you at least one person has gone through that exact same thing.
Yep. Very true. I'm glad you said that, because that's a very important part. Like, you can get discouraged. You're like, is anybody listening to anything that I'm saying? And then you'll get a message and they'll be like, hey, I've been watching you for the last 6 months. You're like, what? Are you serious?
Where have you been?
Yes. So it happens. Totally. Don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged, because there's lots of eyes on you. You just don't know it. Okay. Because for real though, guys, be honest with yourself. How many friends do you have that join something or start a company or something, and they're in it like for no time at all, and then they quit, and then they hop over to the next thing, and then they quit, and they hop over to the next thing and they quit. So is it surprising that somebody isn't like knocking on your door the minute you join? They want to watch you. Are you going to stick with it? Do you actually use the products? Do you like the products? Like, are you on a good team? Totally normal. It's totally, totally normal. So don't get discouraged by that. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions? If you want to unmute yourself, you can. If you want to click chat, you can. But I want to make sure that you guys have your questions answered before we hop off tonight. And I know that in starting out, I was as well, but I know many of you are working regular jobs, right? Probably most of you don't want to work regular jobs anymore. So you just have to find the time. This business does not take a lot. It does not take a lot of time, but you have to find the little moments that you can make this work so that you can get to the point where you either don't have to work anymore or you've achieved the goals that you want. So don't let a job, or don't let busy kids, or don't let life become an excuse for you, because I see it happen all the time, okay? That people's why, their biggest why becomes their biggest excuse. Don't let that happen. You just have to find the little moments to make this possible for you, because this is completely possible for each and every one of you. Okay. let's see. How do you tell people It Works is different than Advocare or Fit Team or any of the other companies? Heather, you're probably a good person to answer that one.
Yeah, because I actually was with a different network marketing company before I came to It Works. Here's my general rule of thumb. I don't compare companies. I don't compare companies and I don't compare products. And I really truly never have. I mean, you'll hear me kind of joke and be like, oh, Isagenix, I don't know, they're grouchy because they don't eat a lot. But truly when I'm talking to people, I just say, I'm not an expert. Like if someone said, how is your company better than Advocare? I would say, I'm not an expert on Advocare's compensation plan. I don't know anything about Advocare, but what I do know is, and then I would tell them all the amazing things about our company. I would talk about how our compensation plan truly is unbeatable. I know I've been with other companies. I've researched other compensation plans. There isn't another one out there that's like ours. I would talk about how our company is debt-free, that it has been debt-free, that it's, almost $1 billion company. That's unheard of to be $1 billion company that's debt-free, that only has 140,000 distributors in the entire world. Like that's like insane. And so I really would focus on the things that I love versus trying to tell someone why we're better than something else. Like I don't need to convince anyone that we're better than anything. I'm just going to tell you what I love about the company or what I love about that product. And usually just by doing that, like people pick up that you're passionate about it, that you love the business, you love the product, whatever it is that they want you to compare. I feel like when you are saying like, like if someone wants a comparison chart on our shake versus like an Advocare shake or like Shakeology or something like that, like it's just, I'm not into that. Like I'm not into like these little charts comparing every little detail. Different things work for different people, and I just don't feel like it's a good business decision to necessarily try to bash another product. So just talk about the things that you love.
I also usually mention too the fact that like our products are all natural and how inexpensive they are. That's another big thing. Thing.
So I will kind of like if it's somebody asking me about Advocare and I know that product has artificial sweeteners in it, I may throw that into my conversation. Not, that product has an artificial sweetener, but I'll say our products are all natural, no artificial sweeteners or fillers. Or if it's somebody that's comparing it to like Shakeology, then I'll focus on price without necessarily saying something bad about the other product. But just because I know in my head that that's kind of going to be the difference, then I'll kind of like talk that up about our product. Without saying, well, ours is better because I'll just say I love how affordable it is.
When someone asks about our shakes that I know has been using other different shakes, I usually will say, oh my gosh, I love it so much. Number one, it's delicious, which is huge for me. Number two, it's super affordable and it's all natural. And those are usually the things that are like, oh, really? Okay. Anybody else? I've never heard of Fit Team, by the way. I don't even know what that is.
I don't know either. Fit Team, or maybe it's a Beachbody team. Maybe Fit Team is a team within Beachbody.
Fit Team is its own.
Its own company?
It is. They're called Fit Sticks, and it's one product. It's all organic. It's huge in my area right now. You just pour it in water and drink it.
Is it like green
product though?
It's kind of like greens, I guess, in a sense. It's like a purpley color.
Gotcha.
It's a powder.
Another good thing too, guys, to bring up too, and I actually had something on my phone. I'll have to find it. But it basically was like, about the company when you're talking about the company is number one, talking about how we're a 16-year-old debt-free $1 billion company, health and wellness, yada, yada. But to also let them know that we have a product that no other company has, which is our flagship product, the wrap. There literally is no other product like it anywhere. And I think that's huge when people are trying to find a company to join. Number one, health and wellness isn't going anywhere. Number two, the fact that we have so many products for men, women, different ages. But number three, I think the big thing there is that wrap, because that is one product that nobody else has. So that's a big selling point usually as well. Okay. What else? Did we miss anything? I think we covered the basics.
I think we got.
Okay.
the general stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll turn this off and be
That's
like,
a lot.
oh my gosh, I totally spaced a big thing, but that's okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if nobody has any other questions, we will wrap it up for the night. But I appreciate you guys taking the time to hop on here tonight. I know it's late. We went a little longer than I thought we would. But I do appreciate your time. And I hope that we kind of answered some questions and kind of directed you in a way to kind of get started successfully for you guys. So if you have any questions, please don't ever hesitate to ask. Heather and I or anybody on our team, we are completely open. Send us a message. Post in Boss Babes, anything that we can do to help you, we are here for you, and we want to see you guys succeed. So don't go hide in the corner and not get your questions answered, okay? All right, we'll wrap it up for the night. Thank you guys a ton, and I hope to see you guys all soon.